Shalom, everybody. This is Dave from Universal Truth and Mankind. I'm your host for Kabbalah 301. We're not meeting right now. We got the festivals and the holidays coming up, and it's really messing with our schedule and our availability to meet. So I'm doing some videos here to kind of further give you a better understanding of what we do here. How do we find these little nuggets in the scripture? In this particular case, we've been working on Genesis. We're up to chapter 2 now. I'm sorry, up to chapter 3. Sorry, we're up to chapter 3 now. We did 3:1. We're going to be progressing beyond that. So, what do we look for? Well, I already did one video in which we looked for word order, how the Hebrew word order is being changed from the original text to come up with a translation that really does not represent the actual Hebrew. I'm going to show you some more hints in this video as well. Please like and share these videos. They're free. Also, subscribe to both my Rumble and my YouTube. I'm quite impressed. My Rumble account is starting to really get a lot of views. So it's a good place to be as well. And please check out the playlists down below as well for further videos, and also the previous videos for Kabbalah 301 as well, to get a full list of it and choose which ones you want to watch. Okay, so let us dive into another aspect of things that we look for and help you better understand how Tom, Ross, and myself congeal. Okay, so here we have Genesis 1:1 again. This will be the last time we're going to hit this. But there's also some other things we need to note here. Now, we know from reading this, I did this yesterday, that Elohim began to create, well, really, if we go over here, the word order is incorrect, the Hebrew word order. But there's two words here I want us to take a look at, and that's the Aleph Tav here. We have an Aleph Tav here, and we have an Aleph Tav here. Now, a lot of times it's considered a definite article, so it ends up being the. Now, what's also interesting is that when you have a hey in front of a word, a lot of times that means the. So if I was to read this, my translation, not a complete one, but just a simplistic one, I would be saying, in the beginning created Elohim. Something created Elohim. Et, where you have here, which, like I say, is the, and a hey is a the. So I'd be saying, again, one more time, step through this. In the beginning, it created Elohim, the, the waters, plural, and the, the lands, or the earth. Now, that makes no sense. You could say, yes, the very beginning of that creation, but it telling me that there's more to be seen in this verse, more there. So what is this Aleph Tav that we see here and here? Now we have an Aleph Tav before the waters, the heavens, plural, which is translated as heaven. And we see another Aleph Tav here for the land. And this is land, not necessarily the planet Earth. This is land. Our universes of our existence has land. So what land is it talking about? That's entirely another question. But there's an Aleph Tav before it. Aleph Tav before the heavens. It was Aleph Tav. What the Aleph Tav is the first Hebrew character and the last Hebrew character. And it just can represent a lot of different things. But one of the things it represents is communications. Communications through the Aleph Tav. In other words, all the Aleph Tav was used to create the heavens and the earth. And we see that if we go through the entire chapter 1 and also the seventh day, and we accumulate all the different Hebrew characters that were used, all 22 characters were used somewhere in the text for the creative process. So we know the Aleph Tav was used. All 22 characters were used. I'm not including the finals in this because a final is just a final of an actual character. So you don't necessarily have to consider them as being another character. But nonetheless, all 22 are used in here. Now, many don't realize that that is the case. So we could simplify this and say, Bereshit, or in the beginning, it's something created Elohim. And Elohim used the Aleph Beit to create the heavens and the Aleph Beit to create the land. Now, what does this mean to us? Well, we know the Aleph Beit. So, in a sense, we can say we can communicate. In other words, through the creation of heavens and earth, the Creator is communicating with us through the Aleph Beit. Now, but it's mentioned twice. Why didn't you just say it once? Well, there's two different levels of this. For example, Tom is constantly talking about the formulas, the energetics interpretation of the Aleph Tav. That's this. That's the spiritual part of the heavens, the Aleph Tav being used for the heavens. So he deals with the Aleph Tav at a higher level. You see this in all the videos in which we are together on. Now, we also, for me, I'm a person who looks at the characters in a more simplistic level. We are in what's called the realm of action. The Hebrew word is asiya. It means we're in a realm of action. So I view Hebrew not as an energetic thing, but as an action thing. So that's why I do the things I do and why Tom does the things he does. Tom looks at a higher level to me. Now, Ross is a key to this whole thing, believe it or not, because Ross brings everything down to earth for us. Ross is the rubber meets the road person for us. And it helps us to better understand and pull all three of these things together in a meaningful way that we can, in our lives, get some bearing, get some understanding of where we're at and how we need to climb. So that's the way the three of us work together. This is just a natural thing. We didn't plan to do it this way. This just naturally happened with us, which makes me wonder, and I know the answer to this. One day we'll get to it. When Abraham's looking for the minion, he stops at 10. What happens when a minion gets together? This is only three. That's another story. I'll get to that one day, or I'm hoping we'll get to that one day. But there you go. I hope this helps you to better understand how we work together and how we synergize. Take care, everybody. Shalom, shalom.